My name's Elijah, and this is our Kines 463 project.
I'm Kevin.
My name's Mark.
My name is Ty.
Going over Dylan's clinical history one more time, he does have an ACL, MCL, and a medial meniscus repair within his right knee. He also has suffered a second-degree left inversion ankle sprain as well. He does have a pathology of a right hamstring strain, and he did do PT for 4 months post-surgery. And these are the exercises that he had to do, which is Biodex, BFR, TRX, some range of motion exercises, and flexibility. He also did anti-gravity treadmill resistance training, high-impact exercises, as well as functional movements. The limitations, we have limited external and internal rotation of both shoulders. We have limited bilateral knee flexion and extension. We have weak left ankle stabilizers and tight, deep posterior compartment. We have a tight psoas muscles. We have limited left and right ankle dorsiflexion. We have excessive bilateral foot pronation. We have an overactive upper trap for Dylan. We have a weak glute med, and we have a left knee valgus moment as well.
So for Dylan's current movements, he does go to school 4 days a week. He sleeps for around 6 to 8 hours a day. He partakes in exercise for 5 to 6 times a week. And each session is usually 2 to 3 hours. When he drives around, maybe to school or anywhere, it takes around 60 minutes, maybe even shorter, from 30 to 60 minutes. And he does complain that he does have pain and it increases with high impact cardio and during exercises such as deep squats or deadlifts. So just to recap, this is Dylan's initial FMS squat. And just to remind you, he did get a 1 as a score for his squats. So when we look at Dylan's final FMS squat, we still gave him a 1 because even after compensations, he was not worthy of anything other than a 1 because they're still flexing the lumbar spine and the dowel's not aligned over the feet. There was some tilting, but it's slightly better than last time, but still not worthy of a score better than a 1. So this is Dylan's initial FMS hurdle step. So his initial score was a 1. So this is his final FMS for the hurdle step. We gave him a 2 because he slightly improved in areas such as maintaining his balance. And something important was in the last video, he did touch the dowel and this time he did not. So we gave him a 2. So this is Dylan's initial inline lunge. So for the initial, the right leg, we did give him a 2, and the left, we gave him a 1. When looking at Dylan's final FMS inline lunge, there was some changes in the score. For his right leg, from a 2, it went to a 1 because he did lose balance. There was a lot of movement in the torso. And then the feet did not remain on the line. But for the left leg, it did improve. We gave him a score of a 2.5. There were minimal movements in their torso.
So in the initial FMS score was a 1 for the shoulder mobility because it was above 12 inches. And here are the videos. Okay, moving on to the final FMS shoulder mobility and clearing test. He did not improve in the shoulder mobility, probably because he did not stretch often enough and did not complete the rotator cuff workout in teaching them to stabilize the humeral head in the glenoid fossa rather than the external and internal rotation with the band. And here are the videos. So I'll play the video for the initial FMS for the straight leg raise. He scored a 2 because he had compensations that occurred during the active straight leg raise. We see the other foot externally rotating. The ankle/dowel did not go past the mid thigh and the mid patella joint line for both legs. Moving on to the final active straight leg raise for the leg left and the right leg. He scored a 2 because the myoli resides between the mid thigh and the mid patella. He kept going, but the opposite knee came off the floor. He did not complete the hamstring stretch. So the same activity seems scored like the initial FMS test. This is the initial FMS trunk stability push-up and spinal clearing test, and here are the videos. The initial stability test was pretty much the same as the final, which he scored a 3. This is the final FMS trunk stability push-up and clearing test videos. He was able to perform with the thumbs at the forehead and the body moved together with one fluid motion.
When looking at Dylan's FMS score for shoulder mobility, he got a score of 1. So we encouraged him to do a lot of shoulder workouts that we prescribed to him. So as you can see here, he's doing a shoulder abduction workout with a resistance band. And in this video, he's doing the dead bug, so he can improve his stability in his spine and to encourage a more neutral spine. And to strengthen his glutes, we encourage them to do this workout called the bridges. This also helps with his lower back pain and also helping him with his daily activities. And for more rotation in his thoracic spine, we included open books into his prescription workouts. So this workout is called the wall angels. You did notice that his inversion and eversion rotation has improved when he's doing this workout throughout the weeks. And this is an internal rotation stretch with a band. And lastly, he is doing some external rotation in this workout and internal rotation.
So in his initial FMS for rotary stability, he got a 1 because his spine wasn't parallel at all and there was present lumbar flexion. And then unfortunately, he got the same score again. He got a 1 again because of present lumbar flexion and his elbows were not able to touch to his knee. That's probably because he wasn't doing the wood chops. And then we see over here at his final score, he got a 13 and he got a 13 last time. So although some things got better, some things got worse. And then I'm just going to go over why things could have gotten better or worse. So for the squat, it's probably because we didn't focus enough time on ankle mobility and not including a consistent calf stretch because his calves are probably pretty tight. And I think, like looking at our log now, that we should have added some ankle mobility drills, not just barefoot drills. For the hurdle step, he definitely made improvement because of the balance and proprioception work we made. And also with the core activation, his lumbar didn't flex as much when he was lifting his leg over. I believe he would have made more progress if he wore barefoot shoes or minimalist shoes to strengthen his intrinsic foot muscles and get his foot and body used to feeling the ground instead of like wearing casts around his feet all day. For the inline lunge, I think we focused too much on the left foot because last time it got a 1, that we neglected the right foot. So instead of getting a 2 like he did last time, he got a 1 on his right leg. For shoulder mobility, he didn't improve. He stayed the same, probably because of his large frame, and also he wasn't doing the active rotator cuff exercise when it was teaching him to stabilize his humeral head in the glenoid fossa, but he kept doing ER/IR band drills instead. For the active straight leg raise, he got a 2 for both the left and right, and that stayed the same. So he was doing the same thing, so he got the same score. He didn't do that hamstring stretch, so that's why he got the same score. For the trunk stability, he got a 3, just like last time. His body moved together, one fluid motion with his thumbs at the forehead. And he passed all the clearing tests. And then finally, for the rotator stability, he wasn't able to do the wood chops because he cramped, and he said he felt it in his lower back, I believe. So I think that could have been perfected with some form. But he did the dead bug instead, which focused on stabilization, but it didn't work as well as limiting rotation. And yeah, he was cleared in the spine flexion test as well.